Hello, my beautiful Capricorns. Welcome to this space. Welcome to my channel. Well, Capricorn, for those of you who are new here and don't know me, my name is Gennaro, aka BhodiBoy G, and my channel is Wow Oracle. Well, Capricorn, today I'm here to connect with you to do your energy reading for the week of August 16th through August 22nd. Now, Capricorn, before I get into your message, please understand these are general messages. They will not resonate with everybody. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Also, if it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. Also, Capricorn, if you're here and you're checking out your sun sign and you don't find your message, you can feel free to check out your moon, your rising, and or your Venus signs. And if at that point you still don't find your message, we do have two more options. You can either come back next week when I'll have a whole new set of messages for you, or you can check out one of the other beautiful readers out there on YouTube. I do support them all. All right, now given that said, let's go ahead and get right into your reading, okay, Capricorn? So first and foremost today, we're going to be starting with the Spirit Messages by Holland to kind of tap into the overall energy of your week and see what's kind of being brought to your attention, what Spirit wants to talk to you about, okay? So give me one moment while I go ahead and tap into that energy. All right, Spirit, so what messages do you have for Capricorn? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of August 16th through August 22nd. What is the overall energy for the week for my beautiful and lovely Capricorns out there? All right. What message do you have for my Capricorns? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. That's way too many cards. Spirit, can I have a more specific message for Capricorn? Okay, so we do have two cards out for you so far. I'm going to get one more card. Now, it's interesting. These cards are green that are coming out, so there's something about your heart chakra. So I'm wondering if that's going to be one of the chakras that are being uplifted for you today. We'll have to see when we get to that part. But let's go ahead and get one more card out for my beautiful Capricorns. There we go. All right. Wow, interesting cards. Okay, Capricorn, let me take a look. Let me take a look at what we've got here. All right, so definitely some of you this week are really tapping into the wisdom of your ancestors. You're really connecting in with your lineage and the people who have come before you, because I feel like they have a message for you this week, Capricorn. They have a message about what's going on in your life and what you've been going through, and they want to show you something. I feel like you're getting glimpses of almost like windows to the past, where you're receiving some sort of information or some sort of guidance about maybe what your ancestors did in the past to kind of push you in the correct direction of where you're going at with your life at this point. Because what this card says is, we are your ancestors and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this point in time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. So definitely you have a lot of spiritual energy around you, and your spiritual team is coming in strong, and they're trying to show you, I feel like they're trying to show you that you don't have to do something the way that they did it. You don't have to kind of follow in the same line. You can do whatever it is you want to do, and that you don't have to be hard on yourself about that, because the next card we have coming out is forgiveness. Now this card says, holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. So I feel like whatever wisdom you're getting this week, it's helping you to release anger. It's helping you to release resentment. And I feel like this is resentment that you have with your family line, with your bloodline. I feel like for some of you, maybe you kind of look at some of your ancestors and go, well, why did they have to do that? That didn't really help me. That didn't really help the situation. But because you're holding on to that anger, it's not allowing you to grow into who you're meant to be. And it's time for you to be vulnerable in this sense of really opening your heart up to doing things a different way and releasing pain and resentment of the past. And if you look here, it's very interesting. There's these little frames in the minds of the ancestors and also in your heart space. So there's something here that you've been holding on to deeply, Capricorn, that needs to really be released. And I feel like it's definitely something that some sort of issue you've had with your family, or some sort of issue you've had with whatever your ancestor did in the past. And they want to let you know that you don't have to hold on to that anger anger anymore. You don't have to hold on to that resentment. And even if you've been feeling guilty about something you've done or something your ancestors have done or something that's happened in your family, that I think your family line is telling you no longer have to hold on to that guilt. It is time for you to release that, forgive the situation, so that you can move towards your evolvement at this time. Now, what the vulnerability card says is this is a confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Wow. So maybe, okay, wait, okay, I'm getting a message here for some of you out there. So maybe whatever it is that you do at this time, Capricorn, or whatever it is that you're trying to create, it's something that is not done a lot, or maybe it's something that was frowned upon in the past, and maybe your ancestors did the same thing, and they felt like they couldn't do this because fear of exposure and being vulnerable may have, put them into a sense of persecution or a sense of judgment in the olden days. But I feel like now, whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is you're doing, it's more readily accepted. Even kind of like how this tarot kind of situation is much more accepted than it was, say, 20, 30, 50, 100 years ago. Do you mean what I'm saying? Like, people in the past were burnt for being witches and burnt for doing things that had nothing to do with divination or magic, and they were persecuted and judged and imprisoned. And I feel like there's that kind of same sense here going on with whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is your family line did. I feel like they couldn't be vulnerable in the past and they really couldn't be who they wanted to be, but that is changing now. And I think they're kind of like trying to let you know that you can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to fear anymore. You don't have to hold on to feeling like you can't do something, because whatever it is you're doing, I feel like is definitely much more accepted than it was in the past. And your spirit team wants you to know, your ancestors, your loved ones, your guides, your angels want you to know they back you up 100% with whatever you're doing. So definitely, I don't know what you're creating, Capricorn. I don't know what you're doing. You'll have to let me know in the comment box below. But definitely something you're doing is really healing. There's a lot of healing here for not only yourself, but your entire family line. And I feel like whatever you're doing is creating this new energy of abundance for the people that will come ahead of you. And that's very beautiful. That is a very beautiful, beautiful message for you to get as your overall energy of the week. But definitely, like I said, there's some deep ancestral wisdom coming in for you this week, okay? But now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to relieve these two cards, because we're just going to keep out the overall message and the most powerful message that came out, which is the first card that came out. And now we're going to move forward into the next portion of your reading, which is where we pull out your two chakra cards to see what chakras are being highlighted for you this week, okay? So give me one moment while I tap into that energy. All right, Spirit, so what two chakras are being highlighted for my Capricorns? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of August 16th through, oh, there they are right there. All right, so we do have the solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra. Now, the heart chakra didn't come out like I thought it might, but there's still definitely a sense of heart healing going on here, especially with all this green energy, okay? But let's go ahead and tap into the chakras that did come out for you this week. So the first chakra to come out was the solar plexus chakra. Now, that is all about self-empowerment. That is all about transcending victimhood. And that goes right alongside with what we were talking about here. It is time for you to no longer think that you cannot do something that you want to do. That definitely whatever it is you're working on is more readily accepted than it ever was in the past. And it's okay for you to really empower yourself in that and align yourself with the action of moving towards whatever that is. Because with the sacral chakra, you need to express yourself. I feel like definitely a lot of you Capricorns out there are very creative, and you have a lot of desires and a lot of wants and a lot of needs. And I feel like in the past, you felt like you really couldn't go towards that because you were holding back. I feel like you were definitely holding back a little bit, and you feel like you couldn't really do what you wanted to do, but that's now being released, and Spirit's saying you need to go ahead and keep moving forward. It's time for you to express yourself, because you're being empowered at this time by your spiritual team, so you can align yourself with the correct action towards moving towards your goals and your dreams. And that's very beautiful. So there's a lot of, definitely, like I said, a lot of healing energy around you right now. And your ancestors want you to know that they are so proud of whatever it is you're doing and so proud of whatever it is you're working on. They want you to keep moving towards bringing balance and making big choices in your life and going towards growth in your goals. Wow, what a beautiful reading. And we're just barely getting into it, Capricorn. But definitely there's a lot of wisdom coming to you this week, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of sense of you really just putting yourself out there. And I feel like whatever you're doing is going to be good. It's going to be really good, and things are going to be definitely working out for you this week, okay? But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward into the tarot portion of your reading. Now we're going to be using the Psychic Tarot by Holland. It's a little unconventional, a little untraditional, but we will kind of go with it as we go along, okay? But with the tarot, we will look at the positive energies coming in for you for the week, as well as what negative energies or challenges may be coming your way. We will also look at how to best invite in those positive energies, as well as how the negative energies could really affect you, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first and foremost, we're going to look at the positive energies coming in for you for the week, as well as what negative energies or challenges may be coming your way. All right, Spirit. So what are the positive energies coming in for my Capricorns? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of August 16th through August 22nd. So we do have the 19 of light. And that in the traditional tarot is like the Sun card. Yes, whatever you're working on is going to be successful. Whatever you've been doing is entering into a period of positive energy. I feel like you're having a lot of fun, and there's just a lot of vitality around you. And definitely with all these orbs here, so like I said, spiritual energy is really surrounding you at this time, Capricorn. And like I said, Spirit wants you to know that if you've held yourself back from anything in the past, now is not the time to do that. You need to forge forward, because whatever you do, whatever you touch is going to be successful this week. So keep going forward. Don't give up, and just really expose yourself and really get yourself out there and be vulnerable, because now is the time. Spirit's saying now is the time for new beginnings, old completions to end, and for you to attain what it is you want and to get your fulfillment. Get your fulfillment in whatever it is you're creating at this time, because like I said, with what I see here with this light card, whatever you're doing is going to be very successful, okay? But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at what negative energies or challenges may be coming your way. All right, Spirit, so what negative energies or challenges may be coming towards the way of my Capricorns? All right, so we do have the 8 of Power. So some of you are definitely still in a period of doubt. You kind of self-doubt yourself. You're not really sure if you can do this. You're not really sure if you're ready to put yourself out there. And because of that, it's kind of keeping you from really having the courage to stand up and do something in your life. For some of you also, I feel like you've kind of been listening to your ego too much here, okay? I feel like you've been getting a lot of internal guidance, but your ego is kind of overstepping. Your ego is talking over your internal guidance, and you're not really being able to step forward into some sort of success, because I get there's a sense of fear here. There's a sense of fear that if you put yourself out there, that you're going to be ridiculed and rejected. But with what these cards came out and said here, I feel like whatever it is you are working on is going to be successful, but you have to trust. You have to trust and take that leap of faith, because if you don't, it's going to keep anything from moving forward, and it's going to keep you in that sense of lack here. So you have to really, quiet down your ego this week as much as you possibly can. It's like when that little inner critic comes in, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and go, no, I'm not going to listen to that inner critic that tells me I can't do something I want to do, because I can do whatever it is I want to do, and I can create my future. But this week, I do feel like some of you are still having a little bit of an issue with that. So definitely watch out for those energies, okay? But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward. And we are going to look at how to best invite in the positive energies of the week, of this success and fun and warmth and vitality, and how the negative energies of the week might affect you. This negative energy of this self-sabotage with this, letting your ego kind of run the show here. All right, Spirit. So how can my Capricorns best invite in the positive energies? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right, so we do have the 6 of material and spiritual prosperity. Now, this is like the 6 of Pentacles. So there's a sense of needing to have more of an equal give and take of your life. It may also be that you need to share the wealth a little bit. Maybe for some of you, you have created a lot of abundance in your life, and if you can just kind of share that wealth out with someone else or with someone else or something else in your life, that there'll be more of an equal give and take here, and it'll kind of bring you into a sense of prosperity. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like generosity here. There's a need for generosity. I feel like as you look out on what you're trying to create, you see that it could be very abundant, but you're like not quite sure how to get there. But there's just a need for you to just go ahead and give to it anyways, and just trust in the process, and trust that everything's going to work out for you. So it's almost like, you know, if you've been holding back, like I said, now's not the time to hold back. All right. Because, you know, when this comes out in a negative aspect, it's, to me, that's like my holding back card. Okay. And like I said, for you right now, definitely now is not the time to hold back. It's time for you to keep pushing forward. Okay, Capricorn? But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward, and we're going to look at how the negative energies of this listening to your ego and kind of self-doubting yourself is going to affect you this week, okay? So Spirit, how might the negative energies affect my Capricorns? Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right, so we do have the 7 of Choose Wisely. Yeah, so this energy of self-doubt and this energy of listening too much to your inner critic is stopping you from making a choice to move forward. It's stopping you from your abundance. It's keeping you from your success. And it's like, you know, it's almost like you know the choices you need to make, but because you're fearful of making those choices, you're deciding to just kind of stay where you're at. Because if you look at this card here, you can see this person is just kind of sitting on the bridge, looking out on the ocean, not really sure which direction to take. That's kind of you. Your ego is kind of keeping you stuck from really moving forward, and that's really not going to help you at all at this time, because your intuition is coming in to try to show you that, you know, you need to move forward in a certain direction, but this self-doubt is keeping you from moving at all. It's almost like I get a feeling like you're sitting there and you're going, okay, well, this is what I want to create, but I'm worried. There's a sense of worry here. There's a sense of worry that if you do something, that it will fall apart. But with this light card here, I feel like as soon as you make that choice to just do it, you're going to see how successful it could really be. And it's like you'll be able to break free from this ego talk that's kind of controlling you. But definitely some of you are still having an issue with this, because I'm like, it's almost weird. It's like I'm even having a little issue kind of getting the words out of my mouth as I'm trying to talk to you guys about what the cards are saying to me. So it's almost like you're questioning yourself a lot here. You're questioning what it is you want to do. You're questioning where it is you want to go. And because you're constantly questioning yourself, there's just no movement at all. And actually, there's almost kind of, I feel like, a little bit of backwards momentum here. Like, I feel like whatever this was, whatever this thing that you were creating, you had a lot of great momentum when it started, and you're like, I could do this, yeah, and you gave all of yourself to it. But then as time went on, you kind of fell into this kind of cycle of like feeling like it wasn't good enough, or feeling like you couldn't really do it, or maybe that you weren't giving enough of yourself to it, and then your ego kind of stepped in, and it kind of started talking over your inner voice, and you like kind of went into this period of shadow. You went into this period of shadow, and this shadow period is really keeping you from stepping into what it is you're truly trying to create. Okay, so definitely watch out for those energies, okay? Because, you know, we have an 8 to a 7. So there's some sort of like, you were really lifted up high with whatever you were doing, and you kind of backed a level down. You backed down a level because fear set in. Some sort of fear set in, and it's like it stopped you from really getting to where you were going, because your ego started really kind of, like I said, talking over your inner voice. So definitely there's something about you really needed to use your discernment about listening to what's being said inside of yourself, and kind of making that, having a sense of clarity between what is ego and what is inner guidance. Because like I feel like for some of you, your ego is disguising itself as inner guidance, and oh man, that is stopping you from moving forward right now. That's really stopping you from moving forward. All right, so definitely watch out for those energies this week, okay, Capricorn? But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward, and we're going to look at the benefits of the positive energies coming in for the week, as well as how to best overcome the negative challenges. What an interesting reading for you today, Capricorn. You know, normally your readings just really flow, but there's some sort of block here for you. There's some sort of block here for you, and I feel like it's definitely a feeling of self-doubt. Like, you need to ask yourself, why are you doubting yourself, Capricorn? Because I feel like when you ask yourself that, you're going to realize that that self-doubt is a facade. It's not a true energy. It's almost something that's coming in to kind of derail you or throw you off your game. Yeah, I feel like your ego is trying to derail you right now. Because you're meant to be super successful. And like I said, your ancestral line is really happy about what you're doing, but your ego is super derailing you. You could also be dealing with a Leo, or you could have some Leo energy around you. That could be something in your chart that you might want to check out. Okay, but let's go ahead and move forward. All right. So Spirit, what are the benefits of the positive energies coming in for my Capricorns? My Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of August 16th through August 22nd. What is the benefit of the positive energies coming in for my Capricorns? Woo! All right, well, that card definitely wanted to come out. So we do have the Seven of Patience and Planning. So you know what? Now that we've got even more pentacles, you know, this definitely has to deal with how you make money. This definitely has to do with some kind of career or some sort of creative endeavor that you are creating or working on, Capricorn. And I feel like as you go ahead and decide to put energy into this, what happens here is you take something that was kind of like a slow-moving energy. It was kind of like an in and out energy, like one foot in the door, one foot out the door. And you kind of take that energy and you make it more concrete. You make it more of a solid foundation because you've decided to invest your time and invest yourself into whatever this is. I feel like as you realize that, as you continue to give this energy, you realize that you can persevere through anything. And I feel like you're definitely going to be getting a vision here of your success. So I feel like, you know, for some of you, this is interesting. This is a small message I'm getting from Spirit right now. For some of you, you are receiving some sort of insight or guidance through your dream space. And I feel like that is kind of been trying to show you what it is you need to focus on, but it's like you wake up, you remember the dreams, but then they kind of slowly fade away because you don't really take heed to what's really being said. So there's a sense for you to definitely need to take heed to what you're seeing and feeling in your dream space, okay? Because your subconscious mind is trying to give you some sort of insight and guidance here. But I definitely feel like this week you're going to have some patience with yourself, and I feel like you're definitely going to keep moving forward, and that's going to help you to definitely lower this ego and to make those right decisions, because, you know, definitely, like I said, I can't escape it. Your ego feels like it's really trying to derail you from having success right now. There's some sort of like devilish energy there. So maybe for some of you, there could be some sort of past life regression, especially with this ancestral wisdom. It could be very beneficial for you to seek out a teacher for that if you can. Or, you know, there's also a lot of meditations on YouTube for past life regression and things of that sense. That could be very beneficial for you at this time, because I feel like something that your soul has been holding on to, it's sabotaging you. It's interesting because, you know, I just did Sagittarius' reading, and there was a sense of sabotage in their reading as well. So it might be beneficial for you to check out that reading, or you might have that in your chart, or, you know, you might be dealing with a Sagittarius here, or some Sagittarius energy. But there's some sort of sabotage from the ego here, most definitely. But this week, I see you persevering, though. I see you persevering and overcoming the obstacles of the week, but it might be a bit of a challenge. It might be a bit of a challenge, but I see that you're gonna be successful in whatever it is you're working on, okay? But now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to look at how to best overcome those negative challenges. So how can my Capricorns best overcome the negative challenges? Capricorn, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. For the week of August 16th through August 22nd. Okay, so we do, 3 cards. Okay, well, that's the big message here. Let's see what we got here. So we do have the 6 of Harmony, the 9 of Fulfillment of Wishes, and the 2 of the Waiting Game. Interesting. Okay, so now there's some sort of relationship being highlighted here. Some sort of connection between you and another person. Maybe this is what your ego has been derailing you from. Now, for some of you, this definitely has to go with your career and what it is you're creating. But some of you, it also has to do with some sort of relationship between you and another. There's been some sort of disharmony between you and another person in your life, Capricorn. And it's because you've been listening to your ego. You haven't been trusting your intuition, and you haven't been making the correct choices. But there's something about a fulfillment of wishes here, because now we have the 9 of fulfillment of wishes, which is like the 9 of pentacles. I mean, the 9 of cups. So there's some sort of wish being granted here, some sort of happiness, some sort of satisfaction, but this energy is slow moving because we have the 2 of the Waiting Game. So this energy is kind of slow moving, and it's not really moving in the correct direction at this time, but there's like a need for you to kind of trust in this. And not really listen to your ego here. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Even when an energy is slow moving, even when something is happening exactly the way you want it to happen, you need to understand that your ego will sometimes step in and try to tell you that that's because it's not meant for you, or that you can't have that, or that you're not good enough for that. But the ego is never to be listened to, okay? I mean, sometimes the ego will kind of push us into a way of like being driven and action, but I feel like your ego is really trying to get the best of you this week, Capricorn. You're having some mental issues here. Because, you know, this 6 is like the 6 of lover. It's the Lover's card. It's the Lover's card. You could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could have Gemini in your chart. But there's some sort of relationship that's really coming in strong here now. Now, this could be the relationship that you have with yourself. This could be the alignment between your divine feminine and your divine masculine internally. And there could be an imbalance there. But definitely, I can't seem to break away from the fact that I feel like your ego is disguising itself as your intuition this week. It's very weird. That's very weird. I mean, because that's interesting energy, because normally, you know, your ego, you could tell when ego's ego, and you can tell when inner guidance is guidance, because they feel different. The ego kind of feels kind of, you know, overbearing and controlling and pushing and harsh, when the inner guidance feels more uplifting and loving and compassionate and guiding. And I feel like somehow there's such an imbalance here internally, Capricorn, that your ego has somehow figured out how to come through as internal guidance, which is very interesting. So you definitely need to work on that this week and use your discernment here. Use your discernment and really tap into your ancestral wisdom, because that's going to point you in the right direction here. That's going to point you in the right direction, because I just can't escape the fact that I feel like your ego is really derailing you at this time. It's keeping you from going towards your success. It's keeping you from moving towards your success. But I feel like it's all going to work out for you. A wish is being granted, so those obstacles are being lifted. The obstacles are being lifted, but it's a slow-moving energy. So you kind of have to just trust in the process and try to listen to your internal guidance, and don't let your ego kind of get the best of you at this time, because I feel like if you get in your head too much about whatever's going on in your life right now, Capricorn, it's going to really push you in the wrong direction. So be really, really careful, okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward, and we're going to look at the overall impact from the energies, positive and negative. All right, Spirit, so what is the overall impact from the energies, positive and negative, for my Capricorns? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ooh, okay, so we do have 2 cards for you. Interesting message. Okay, so definitely, yeah, whew, Capricorn. So we do have the 8 of Trapped in Fear, which is really showing me that you have got a lot of mental challenges going on in your mind right now. You're really in your head. You're really in your head about a situation or a career or a relationship in your life, and your ego is definitely getting the best of you. But I feel like this week you need to realize that you do have the spiritual strength to overcome this. You have the spiritual strength to be resilient and to stand this test of faith. I feel like your faith is definitely being tested this week. I feel like whatever it is you've been working on, whatever relationship, whatever endeavor, creative project, whatever job, you are definitely being tested at this time. And you're being tested through your ego. So you need to understand that you do have the strength to overcome, okay? You have the strength to overcome. You just have to use your discernment to understand that your ego is really trying to derail you at this time. And you need to push that ego down and trust in your intuition and trust in what you're working on and just keep moving forward. Don't give up, even when the road is rough, even when the situation's hard, and even when it's slow moving. You need to trust that you're going in the right direction, because I feel like, definitely, especially here with this forgiveness and this vulnerability and this ancestral wisdom, your spirit team is letting me know that whatever you're doing is exactly what you need to be doing. But you're going to be tested during this time, okay? You're definitely being tested during this time to see how committed you truly are to whatever it is you're working on, okay? Interesting reading, Capricorn. Interesting reading. Please comment below and let me know what's going on in your life, okay? Because I feel like definitely for a lot of you Capricorns out there, yeah, there's just a lot of energy around you, and you're doing big things. You're doing big things, but you're being tested at this time to see how committed you truly are to those big things. All right. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to move forward into the last part of your reading, and we're going to get you 3 messages of guidance from the divine directions, okay? So give me one moment while I tap into that energy. All right, Spirit, what messages of guidance and advice do you have for my Capricorns? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of August 16th through August 22nd. What messages of guidance do you have for my Capricorns? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay, yes, definitely. Ooh, okay, hold on, Capricorn. Woo! Cards are just flying all over the place. All right, so your first card to come out this week for your advice cards is Recharge. Definitely some of you are feeling really kind of put off by this energy, Capricorn. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but Spirit's saying you need to slow down. You need to slow down and take some time out for yourself to recharge, because you're definitely being tested at this time. You're definitely being tested, and I know that it can be hard. Spiritual tests can be hard. Believe me, I've been through many of them, and I am also part Capricorn myself, so I'm kind of feeling your energy right now, okay? So definitely there's a need for you to recharge, either through meditation or through rest and rejuvenation, getting out in the sun and kind of just getting your energy and your vibration back up, because I feel like this week it's going to be very trying for you. It's going to be very exhausting, and there's going to be a need for you to really recharge as much as possible, okay? Now, your second message to come out is soulmates. So definitely, like I said, there was some sort of relationship being highlighted for you in the end of your reading. And what it says is soulmates are important people who teach you life lessons. It can be friends, lovers, and family members. So yes, there is someone in your life this week that is really going to help to uplift you. But there could also be some tests there as well. There could be some lessons that are needed to have between you and this person, because I feel like as you go along with whatever this relationship is, you're learning more and more about each other, and it's kind of opening your eyes to the possibilities of what could be and what can't be. And that could be where that test of faith lies. And that could be that where your ego is kind of pushing you in the wrong direction, and you need to look at things again and kind of heal the situation, because your third card to come out is heal. And it says you have a natural gift through healing through your hands, words, or actions. So there's definitely a lot of healing this week, okay? Like I said, there's a lot of healing energy. That was one of the main messages from the beginning of your reading, that there was a lot of healing energy around you this week. So even though you're being tested, even though your ego's kind of trying to derail you, and it's somehow, like I said, disguising itself as your intuition, you need to know that you're going to be able to overcome it all. Okay, you're going to be able to overcome it all, and things are going to work out just fine, but you will be tested a little bit this week, okay, Capricorn? All right, well, those are your messages for this week. I hope they resonated with you. If so, please comment below. Let me know how. Also, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, please like, click, subscribe, share this video with anybody you feel needs to hear it, and also go ahead and hit that bell and click all if you want to be notified to my future content. Also, you can check me out on Instagram at Wow Oracle. I do put up random daily readings and single card readings and oracle readings and inspirational quotes and things of that sense. Or if you feel like you need to email me or you have any questions, you can email me at woworacle1111@gmail.com. Well, this is Gennaro, aka BhodiBoy G, signing off from my channel Wow Oracle, saying thank you so much, Capricorn, for being with me in this space. Thank you so much for connecting with me. I hope you are able to take something from this. Thank you for being open to the messages from Spirit. I hope that you got something from this reading that is going to help you to propel your week towards health, wealth, prosperity, love, and light. All right, Capricorn, I'll see you guys next week. Much love from me to you. Namaste.